welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Catherine Matalasi. Please don't leave without pressing the subscribe button below to become part of this family and to get notified every time I upload something. Today it's story time. I have a story to share with you guys, and it's all about the emotions or how I felt when I was told I was carrying triplets. The first time I was told I was carrying triplets. Um, I was straight or fresh from the university. I was awaiting my results and I didn't have a job. I wasn't married. That list can give you the or how I felt really, because I started to feel stressed. I was somehow depressed also, and frustrated at the same time, and pregnant again. So things were so hectic for me, and I'm not someone who actually talks about the emotions I'm going through. I'll just smile, keep smiling, and you will think everything is all right. And I think the worst thing was I wanted to share this experience with the father of the babies, and the guy was also busy for me. He had his own life, so I had to carry all this by myself. It was so hectic. It was so emotional every time. I'll just keep, I'll always keep looking at the mirror, and I wanted to see how big my stomach has grown. And I think it was just a month because I had just missed my period. So I realized something is wrong. So it was so tough for me. It was so tough for me. And by then, I didn't know I'm carrying triplets. I just knew I'm pregnant, and already emotions were too high for me, or so high for me. So I had to find a way of coping with all this because I was the one who gotten myself into that situation. I had a tiny body, so people realized fast that something is wrong with me because I was still small, my body was small, and if I was pregnant and with triplets, it means I was gaining weight at an alarming rate. So every day I'll just go to run to the mirror and look at my stomach. If already people can see me, but I didn't know. All people have their own ways of uh, looking at someone and to realize that this one is no longer alone. And I felt so young at that time. I was judging myself. I was regretting actually because it wasn't the right time for me to have kids. And then time went on. All the people around me knew, they were told. I just felt, I was just saying, by that time, I had got a job. I was working, even though the salary was not enough, but I had hope that I'll be able to cater for my kids. So I had to go attend the clinic every time I was told to go. And it was frustrating also because the number of months that I knew I was in didn't correspond with the stomach. My stomach was so big. It was so big. I remember when I was on the 5th month and I went to the clinic, the nurse told me, I think you're going to have a child by next month or something. And I was frustrated because I knew it's only the 5th month, not yet the 9th, not yet time for the kid to be born. Then she attended me. She really gave herself time to assist me. Then she ended up saying I should go for a scan just to check so that her information in the scan will be analyzed and be seen as to which one is correct or what. So I was frustrated. I was young, remember? I didn't know this whole situation. Everything was just happening and so fast, and I just had to do as I was told. I went for the scan. I was given the results, and when I was still with the doctor, he took time. He took time trying to understand what was actually happening with me. Then finally he said to me, I see three heads. I said, on one body. He said, no. But he wasn't sure because on the scan, there were two circles on top, and then there was another one down there. Then I think he wasn't sure if it was really, I was really carrying three kids. So he just said to me, what I can see here, and I'm sure of, is you have twins. And I was like, what? Twins? I'm not waking? Oh, by that time I was waking, yeah. I think it was the second month I was waking, yeah. Then he tried to comfort me and to tell me that it's going to be all right. I should just take care of myself, because he realized the anguish and the look on my face. I was like, what? Triplets? Me? I went back to the clinic and gave the nurse my results. Then she said, I realized that something was not normal here. Your stomach and the number of months that you're claiming to be, they actually don't respond or correspond. So I learned to live with the situation. I knew I was carrying twins. At that time, they were saying twins. So I knew I was carrying twins. And I was told it was two girls. And I bought, normally when I was still young, I used to buy only pink clothes for myself. I liked pink so much. So everything I bought, I didn't buy much because normally old people will tell us, no, don't buy much when they are not born yet. You will buy more when they are born. Okay. So the few items that I bought were so pink. They were like pink, 222, pink stuff. And yeah, time went on and 9 months finally arrived. I remember before I'm a teacher myself. I forgot to say. I'm a teacher myself. So I was teaching at one primary school at that time. And when we closed for the December holidays, I wasn't big. So the kids didn't realize that I was pregnant. When I came back, I was so big and the stomach was big. So they called me Mother Christmas. That was my nickname by then, Mother Christmas. Everyone was saying, yo, ma'am, you know your Mother Christmas. Then I made peace with it and just moved on. After what seemed like decades, I met my kids, and there were three of them. I remember the doctor told me, ma'am, you have triplets. And I said, it's only twins. And I was so sure of that. And after he said that, they were born, I had a cesarean birth. So after a few seconds after he said that, there was another child crying, a baby boy, and he was so big because the girls were, it's actually two girls and a boy. So the girls weigh more than 2 kg. I think if I still remember when it was 1.6 and 1.7. They were still young. They were young. It's like holding 1 kg of sugar and 6 grams of something. I'm not sure, but you can actually realize they were born very young. and the boy was 2.5, which means he was a full baby himself, and he was so big. Hey, after what seemed like decades, I met them, and I was just released. I felt relieved, because I only told myself that when they are born, they are no longer, it's no longer only me who is what, responsible for them. If they are born, it's everyone's task to help. So I just told myself that. And we stayed at the hospital for, I think, 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks, yeah. Because I was so sick, I had lost a lot of blood, and I needed much treatment, and I was put in ICU for, I think, a week. After that, I was taken to the ward, and it was so tough. It was really so tough for me. My whole body was aching. The operation was just too much, and I had to take care of 3 kids. Ah, guys, it was so tough for me. It was really so tough. But I learned to live with the situation, because it's always the way. If we want to stress, and just relax and do anything that you think might help, it will be fine at the end. So I was taken to the ward and was treated for high blood. It was so high. It was so high. And I remember there was this other nurse. I think I still owe her, but I don't know her yet. I don't know her. I can't remember her, even if I can go to the hospital. She will come. She used to do night duties, so she will come, and when it was her turn to come to perform the night duties, I would be all smiles, because I knew she was going to help me that night. Because normally I didn't sleep. If one was sleeping, the other one was awake, and the other one was sleeping, so I didn't have time to rest. And she will come help me carry the kids. There was one who needed much attention, and then she will come and help me. She will carry the child throughout the night, and I'll be able to rest for those days when she was around. And life went on, and that is why I still think like I owe her if I can meet her, but can't remember her name, because I was in so much pain by then. I can't even remember her face. But anyway, where she is, she should just know that I'm still thinking of her, and I think I still owe her a lot. She used to help me so much. I'll just give her the food that was given to me by the relatives when they were coming to see me. So I'll just give her those, and she'll appreciate so much. She was so grateful every time I shared those with her. I was treated for high blood for, I think, 2 weeks. It was so high, and my body was in pain, and I didn't have enough time to rest, because I was taking care of the kids. And every morning we had to wash our kids and take them to that room, the small room that we used to bath them. And I remember one nurse saying to me, "You have been here for too long. When will you finish?" And I said, "I'm only on the second one. I'm still coming again for the third one." She said, "Ah, you're that one with triplets." I said, "Yes, ma'am." So my kids were finally taken home. My mother was around, so she was around with auntie, the auntie to my kids. So they took the kids so that I can have time to rest, and so that the high blood will be treated accordingly, and so that I will recover. So my kids were taken home. I remember it at the hospital. I didn't wash their hair, because I liked it as it was. It looked like the Indians' hair, and I'll just say my kids are so beautiful. because their hair was so big, but it came like those for the Indians. And the texture, yo, I liked it. And I didn't want to wash it. I wanted them to remain like that. When I got home, when finally I was released and I got home, my kid's hair was washed with water and it looked like the African hair, and I was so angry. I said, I didn't want this hair to be washed. I wanted them to be like that. I liked it like that. And they just looked at me and thought, this one is crazy. And when I listened to another thing, guys, when I got home, at the hospital, it was easier to distinguish one from the other because they had these badges on their hands and on their legs. So I would know this was number one, this is number two, this is number three. When I got home, they no longer had that. The badges were taken off, and I didn't know who is who because when they were young, they looked a lot alike. I could only differentiate the boy because he was the boy. I knew this is my son. Ah, the experience was tough for me, but I kept going. I remember there was one who would cry every night, and I thought maybe the child is sick. She needs some attention from the doctors or nurses. Every morning I would just wake up, take my child to the clinic. Then I will be told there's nothing wrong with this child. It's just a normal baby. She behaves like this. Then the following night, the same thing happened, and I got used to that. And after the delivery, my body was so small again, back to my size 28. I was so small. I had three kids, all who wanted my attention. Yo, guys. So it's like this story can be told to teenagers or the small girls who fall pregnant, or because I don't want them to go through what I went through. So it's like they can listen and understand so that they don't find themselves in the same path. Being pregnant is something enjoyable, it's a time when you see your blessings. But when you're not working, you're not married, finally you don't feel that joy. Because I was married around the seventh month, I think, yeah. And I was so big, I didn't enjoy anything because pregnancy was too much for me. The stomach was so big, and hey, things happened. So I don't want girls to go through what I went through, and you're still worried for having one child. Then, boom, you have three kids at the same time. You're still young, you still have yourself to attend to. Then you're pregnant, then you're a mother again. So, life is something else. So, as parents, let us guide our kids. Let us guide our kids because they think when they are told they are beautiful in the streets, they respond and they get more excited to that, and they forget their worth. They end up getting pregnant at a young age, and their future gets destroyed. So, as adults, let us try to convince our kids to pursue with their future and work on it to be the bright one, so that when things like this come, they are independent. They don't worry that much about things like how will I maintain my kids, what. So let us just try to convince them, because our kids are, it's like they lack guidance. We are too busy as parents. We don't attend to them fully. Please, let us just make sure that we guide our kids to the better, so that when you have, if your child is pregnant or something, you know, at least she's working, she's sorted, everything will just happen accordingly. It's sad to see teenagers being pregnant and their life being I can't say crushed or something, because you're a kid, you still need attention yourself. All of a sudden you have a kid, then the kid needs your attention. You no longer go to school, you no longer enjoy time with your friends, because now you are a mom. You need to see what the child is eating, and the baby father is gone, nowhere to be seen. Guys, it's really sad for our kids. Let us just try to convince them to carry on with their education, so that at least in future we know they are sorted. Guys, I think you enjoyed my story, and let us keep on subscribing and commenting on the comment section below. And you're welcome to tell me what to talk about in the next videos. And I'm wishing you a nice time and success every time. Don't forget to talk to your kids, especially the girls, even the boys, because if you know a girl has been impregnated by your child, a boy child, you are also going to stress. You're not going to have peace, and by that time your child will still be young and need much of your attention and guidance. So let us try to convince our kids to focus more on school, and so that they can avoid situations like this one, because it's not a nice thing at all. So let us just guide our kids and do the right thing. Guys, I think that's all for now. We'll see again before the end of this week. Um,